do the music, duh. Hello and welcome to the Byzantian Brews podcast, coming at you live from Byzantian Brewscast HQ and Byzantian Dev's phone. Welcome one and all to another rendition of the Byzantian Brewscast with your host, Cody Jackson, Byzantian Dev. This episode is sponsored by Omnathios, the only green mana snack you'll ever need. Link in bio. Go get yourself some Omnathios, and not actually spawn. This is a joke, by the way. Don't sue me, Twitch. How are we doing? How are we doing? He's gone. He disappeared. But we're having some Byzantian Dev-related technical difficulties. Give us un momento. Hello, my co-host.
What the hell? I don't. Right. Okay. I don't know. My Twitch has been a Twitch. My Discord's been very weird. My RTC's not connecting on my laptop. I have no idea why.
Is it like a no root error? Because I used to have that a lot.
What did you do to get that sorted?
Yes, because I got wired internet. And somehow that fixed all my problems. Anywho, what have we been up to this week? Oop. Hello? Hammond?
Still here, don't worry.
Okay.
Good. How's the week been?
Yeah, how has the week been? I was asking you that.
Busy. I've had a few celebratory birthday things. It's been very fun.
Aww.
32 feels like 31 so far.
Lovely.
Had a karaoke night on Monday.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
It was, Lane 7. Decent selection of stuff.
Nice. I like Lane 7. I should go on my birthday. We can hang out and do silly things. I saw you got new miniatures. Possibly connection isn't great. Hello?
Okay, when did I cut out?
You cut out after the Lane 7 karaoke bit, and I said, be cool if
That's fine.
Later as well.
Okay, guys, I just saying, got a nice birthday whiskey and
nice.
A couple of red dwarf pops from the.
Yep. Oh, I think you cut out again.
Oh, for God's sake, is that it? Hello.
Yeah, no, there you are. You're back.
Right, no, I'm on now. Great, yeah. Yeah, a couple of books. Got the one was the autobiography of Arnold J. Rimmer.
Hey,
so
nice.
So I'm looking forward to reading that and get around to it.
Nice.
What's I been up to? Lots of sleeping. I was at Mitchell Flat last night with a couple of friends. Had a proper games night. Ran until about midnight, almost 1. Stuff just kept happening. Yeah.
Right.
That's been my week. I've slept a lot today.
I did the same. So this week I haven't really done a whole lot. But I mean, we did that thing Thursday. We played some Dynasty Warriors 8. That was Dynasty Warriors 8 is so good, especially funnily enough the story mode with the Sun Dynasty, the Wu Dynasty with the Sun family is so good. It's just unfortunate that the Sun leaders just keep like dying after every battle.
Yeah.
It's like
You can't pick a favourite character because they might be dead.
we have made a decisive victory today. Dies. Even one guy died off screen as well.
Random archer just appears.
Yeah.
That's that.
I feel like that's probably like historically accurate as well, because like a lot of leaders just like got.
Yes, Kieran knows a fair bit about the actual the War of the Three Kingdoms. Apparently, that's how it went.
Just people just dropping
Wu
like
just
flies.
did not. Wu was the first one to drop out for apparently a good reason.
Just yeah, all of our emperors are dead. What do you mean they're all dead? Well, they just kept dying, man. I don't know what to tell you.
But there's one guy I kept picking because he sort of had a vibe about him. He was sort of like a family friend of the Wu family.
Yeah.
He was there till the end. I don't know what he was doing.
Hang Dan or whatever his name is.
I'm bang.
He's just happy to be there. I don't even know if he knows if it's a war. He's just like, having a bit of a game with the lads, throwing some bombs.
But he's just there for the ride.
Doing the cheeky fire attack.
He did seem to get unlucky and pick all the characters that die off, though.
Yeah.
I only lost a couple of characters in the campaign.
I think I lost one, mostly because the women, for some reason, just don't die. It's always they got married off in the first or third.
So
that was fun. Friday, I did my usual F&M stuff, which was cool and good. I managed to somehow miss a game win, though. I realized I could basically. There was an interaction that I could do to deal direct damage, but I've realized afterwards that if I dealt the damage to my creature instead, and so basically Living Twister says discard a land, pay 2 red, discard a land, and deal 2 damage to any target. Omnath says whenever an elemental you control dies, deal 3 damage to any target. So I didn't realize that I could have dealt extra direct damage to my opponent by dealing the damage to elementals instead and then dealing the 3 directly to them with the mana I had left. So instead of doing 6 damage, I could have done 9 and they were at 8. They then proceeded to fist me with vampires.
Ooh, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. I only realized afterwards. I was like, shit. But now I know, until I forget.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, Omnath is that one, frat boy who invites all of his friends to the party, and then gets so upset when they leave, he sets fire to the building.
Well, fun.
Anyway, shall we move on to Tabletop Book Club?
Yes, let's. I found something that was new last week, but it works out now. Something that got me into mythology in the first place, if you can find the things. As where to put them. So, how much do you know about Cornish folklore?
A little bit. I know that piskies are a thing.
There are. They have a small collection of about 4 or 5 books on the subject that I bought when I was about let's say 15. And I've recently been rereading them and going, yep, I still like this kind of stuff.
Nice.
If I remember anyone particular, that was there's a myth about a guy called Tregeagle. And if you're familiar with Cornish folks, a lot of it is spirits, like ghosts, lots of ghosts. There's not much in the way of what I'd say creatures from Cornish mythology I've seen. Not the spirits.
There is Cormoran.
Oh yes.
Who's a giant. He's a big lad.
Just Tregeagle is sort of like a guy who was sort of one of those trickster types of mythology. Often he got quite underhanded and sneaky.
Yeah.
You try to cheat death. So It's going like this Sisyphean task of like basically sweep the beach forever. So now he's this angry wind spirit just going around, constantly swearing and cursing because he can't, do this thing. That was stuck there for some reason. But the book's full of stories. That's the one that sticks with me.
So, one I do remember, because I go here a lot when I go to Cornwall, is Bolster, the Giant of St. Agnes. And again, I was talking before about weird Christian saints. This is another weird one. Because he made his wife carried stones. She'd collected in her apron up to the top of a hill. He fell in love with St. Agnes, who the village is named after, following along around and proclaiming his undying love. Again, another Christian saint with a weird backstory. Oh yeah, I got this giant follows me around. What do you mean this giant follows you around and gives you flowers? Just kind of does.
Carry rocks.
Carry rock. Time to carry rock, I guess.
Yeah, but I love mythology is this assumption that you're just going to go along with whatever weird thing's about to happen.
I mean, what's the alternative? I mean, see, this is the thing, People say, Britain's not whimsical. Oh, we are definitely whimsical. We have some weird shit going on.
I think we have the most witch myths of any country I can think of my head.
Yeah. I know that, Japan has yokai and the weird, what is it, the belly man with, a face belly.
Oh, yes, the belly lady.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. But I still don't think it compares to some of the absolute weirdest shit that the patron saints get up to in their spare time.
Someone has to be the patron saint of ugliness for a bit. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's just a cruel one, that one. Or drowning.
Yeah. Getting rid of all the snakes in an island and proselytizing to birds and...
I love that opens up the question, were there ever snakes? No, we don't know, because apparently they're driven out, but we can't prove it. So
we can't prove it didn't happen.
That's also very true.
But it's if you go too far in the UK, if you go to any of the corners of the UK, you just find weird stuff. You go too far towards Wales, you get tales of dragons and stuff. You go too far north and there's Nessie and shit, and dwarves and stuff. Not Tolkien dwarves, but gnome dwarves.
Yeah, the dwarves. Ireland as well. Great myths over there.
Leprechauns, etc., causing mischief. And then you go too far south, you have pixies and giants everywhere.
We are full of mythology over here. It's balmy. I think it's very overlooked. And unless it's folk horror films, they seem to love the Celtic stuff. The reoccurring thing.
And if you go far enough back, you get weird shit like the Celtic, the Kelpies, the horse mermaid things.
Yes. The seal mermaids.
Yeah. What?
That's the weird thing. Notice the people marrying mythological creatures.
Yeah.
That's a recurring. Let's have a look. So, sorry, I'd like to have a whole collection of 5.
Nice.
No, you bought from the same shop, perhaps, or something. $2.99 back in Gwen Edward. That's fun. I've got the price on it still. $2.99. These guys with the mythology stuff. So, apart from 2, they're all by a man called Robert Hunt. Hello?
Sorry, I am such a child, but I can't imagine owning a series of books written by a man called Robert Hunt. Yeah.
Apparently he just had a thing of writing. Cornish folklore got one on the Border Legends, Demons, Ghosts, and Spectres, and just one on regular Cornish folklore.
I guess it could be worse. I guess your name could be Richard Hunt.
There is one on over you should bring up. So just look up the cover of this one. It's called Ghostly Encounters Southwest. It's by Peter Underwood. Just look at the book cover, as it's so kind of glorious. I'd imagine it's like an album cover. It'd be some. It looks like he's about to sing a power ballad.
Also, can I just say, Peter Peter Underwood sounds like a Hobbit name.
It does, doesn't it? Where was he in the Battle of Bywater?
But yeah,
Uh,
I'm looking at it now.
it's great. Like, I know it looks like it was done day for night.
It looks like something you'd see in like a folk album.
Yeah.
She's coming down the cliffs down some sunny
Oh, Bessie.
day. I don't know.
So I was saying this thing about Bessie back home.
She crashed into the nook and now her grave. Something like that.
I can't laugh too hard about it because I do. Lately, I've been listening to some music by a woman called Lorena McKenna.
Uh-huh.
Who does lots of Irish folk, very hippie-ish style music. It's really pretty on the ear, so I kind of like that.
Noik.
But it's not like folk sing it in a, because like what you were doing there was sort of more like local folk sing it in a Cornish bar kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Lots of sailing songs. Lorena's more like British. She does all of it, but British folk tales and stuff that Enya might have done.
Mm.
Really pretty stuff though. Not my usual listening, but every now and again, it's just really quite nice. Got some ambient stuff. What you found this week?
So, it's back to our good friend Matthew Wills, who has started an open source, so to speak, like TTRPG system for swords. And apparently you can join the Discord and come up with your own stuff, and it might add it, which is quite nice.
Okay. So is it before a number or the word for?
4.
Okay.
So, like, this is like the swords. So you've got like these are your weapons. So you have like AoE in this grid.
That'd be a sword.
How much damage? Its element, what it's made of is important. Maybe some features. Really, like almost Fate level simple.
I like the sound of that. That could be
and then
very
you've
malleable.
got like how to do creatures or / people, where it's just like how much health they have, what element they are, what species they are, and maybe a couple features about them like their faith and scars, etc.
Right.
Really basic stuff.
Okay.
Because I guess the idea of the stats is mostly in the swords because that's what the swords thing is about.
Yeah.
Maybe
So in this case, the sword does make.
Yeah.
So the sword does make them.
Yes. Literally.
Okay.
Yeah. But they might have I think it might be like a Pokemon style system with elements or something as well. So it's like elements matter. So if you pick your element correctly, you'll be all right. But you might get fucked in certain dungeons.
So going back to Dynasty Warriors, can you have man element?
Man, heaven, and what was the other one?
Earth and heaven was the other two.
Oh yeah, man, earth, heaven. Yeah. So it seems like really, really basic, but I love this idea of just like, okay, this is all you need, really. Like, I don't know what dice it uses yet, but like, I love the idea of just like, yeah, all you need is a dice of whatever type. Maybe it's like a D6. A character sheet, which is very basic, and a sword, like a starting sword. Maybe you find more swords later on.
So, was there the Discord for this?
There is a Discord. Yeah, I think it's on the Swords Discord. I'm following them on their free tier on Patreon, so I might have a look at that. It's nice that he says, please don't use any copyrighted material or AI. That's nice. Of like, yeah, can we keep this to be actual art and like non-copyright? So that's cool.
You see, it's something that Swords is one of the few places you could really tell AI.
Yeah. I'd like to keep the core gameplay pretty light and fluffy, but some things I'll be adding to optional appendixes later. Collectible runes to upgrade swords over time. Swords having a soul that can infer some sort of bonus, so like an extra thing. A mystery sword with corresponding D100 chart. Bigger dramatic injury table. Hardcore heroes having a more dramatic looking character sheet. Cool. That's neat. And it's designed for like a party of 4, just like most other games, which is nice.
Okay, so I'm going to have a look.
Yeah.
So we can find it while we're doing this. Cool. That sounds decent for like swords.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the thing when you were growing up where you would like draw swords? You were bored. Weirdly good at it sometimes.
Yeah, I used to draw like all sorts of things. Weirdly enough, I would draw a lot of like silly characters for things or birds. but I do sort sometimes.
Is it, for me, is that or that ASCII S?
Yeah. I did also at one point try and make my own. Do you remember the D&D board game type thing, which is like a different version of D&D where you have like cards and stuff to determine loot?
Yes.
I tried doing my own version of that.
Oh.
I might get back to it sometime. I called it Noble Lands, which is a bit very boilerplate, but you know, maybe I should like
Sometimes
fire
it
that up
starts somewhere.
sometime. Because I do
It
like,
starts just,
weirdly enough, I do like a more rigid D&D as much as I like Theatre of the Mind stuff. Because it adds that kind of
no,
element
I
of
do.
randomness.
I like minis and maps. Always have liked minis and maps.
Especially like card-based loot tables. So it's like, I mean, I get you have the standard loot tables for like regular D&D, but I feel like the cards adds like a lot more random chance to it, as well as something tactile that you can actually remember.
Yeah, I can say that I've seen the UK Game Expo brought. I've got the book, sure, but I've got like a couple of decks of cards full of just monster manual entries, or the quick hand versions of them.
Oh yeah, I got
There's
that.
about 150, 160 of them. They're really, really good.
It's just handy to have, you know.
Yeah, it saves you carrying the book around with you, and you just whip them out if you need them.
Here, so let's move
Yeah.
on to our second topic of the day.
Yeah.
The big project. So, have we made any progress on projects this week? Because I certainly have.
I have. I have. I've been trying to pick one. My emails are full of things that could be projects, but I've gone back. You know, it's when you write every day. You sometimes do that. You do one shots and you come back to them. No, I've come back to an idea I wanted to try, which might take some integrating other systems into fifth edition, which I normally hate doing, but everyone knows it.
Yeah.
I want to do a D&D setting based on the Celtic invasion myth, the general setting. And I have. Have you bought from Alternative Armies or know about the website Alternative Armies?
I don't. Tell me more.
They basically okay. So they don't make much stuff in house. They sort of pick up a lot of older branches, usually stuff in metal.
Uh-huh.
One of their ranges is they have their very own range of Celtic myth stuff, all in metal. Varying quality of miniatures, but generally quite good. And they have a whole game system just for that one set of minis, and it's quite cool. It's quite retro in there's no such thing as a free resource, really.
Yeah.
But it does follow the Irish creation myth really, really thoroughly. I'm trying to find the images. They've got a load of factions from like, well, they look human, but this is Irish myth, so they're like proto-human. Some of them are semi-divine because the myths all over the place about stuff like that.
Oh, this is the series with the Raven woman in it. Yeah.
Oh God, it is.
Oh dear.
Yeah, some of them aren't so good, but some of them are actually pretty decent minis. The game system's really fun. It's got one of my favorite little guys in it. They're called the Fomori.
Yeah.
The miniatures are kind of wonderful. They look a lot like goblins, but not quite. They're like little blue goblins. They're really orc-like in that they get bigger as they age.
Ah.
So they're just kind of neat. I think this one's probably a favorite because he's. I just look at this guy's face. It's slightly janky, but I think he's very funny.
Oh, they got Cucathulain in here as well.
Yeah, they're quite thorough. Just quite impressed with it. It's a PDF download which I've got. I have to pay for it, but I've done it. It's quite good. I can send it over, I guess, if you're keen. I just quite like this range. It's a very solid little thing. I just love the Fomori because they're just so goblin-y. They're kind of cool though.
Yeah, they're cute in their own sort of weird, ugly way.
Yes, that's what sells me on them. They're just slightly janky.
It feels very like 80s kind of miniatures, like that era.
It is that they do pick up a lot of that stuff and keep selling it if you're interested. Some of it's not half bad. It's a bit of like a mystery. It's like a mystery box website. So there's some stuff you might want on there. I brought a few stuff from here, and if you do buy from there, they usually do send you a nice little extra. For instance, one time I bought something, I got a nice little free wall for terrain. One time they have an unofficial sort of mascot for the site, which is like this barbarian lady, and I think it's called like Eternia or something. They will re-sculpt her for different genres. So I picked up her. So I was given the Cyberpunk one for free, so that was nice.
Oh.
I once bought one of their sci-fi minis for like some sort of mystic character, and I got a little free, smaller version of it.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of stuff like that. Oh, and I got a little spider bot for free with another entirely separate purchase. Key thing as well, they are really cheap. Like if you just buy one mini, you're looking at £3. It's like all Games Workshop pricing.
I'm looking at like one of their sci-fi things, and like the tanks are like only 11. And you think
they're really not bad.
You think like a Warhammer tank would set you about like 8 times that amount. Your average Warhammer tank. You could buy bikes for 60p each.
Yes. Yeah, the quality of the menus can be a little over the place, but if you can deal with that, I quite like them.
You know what I say? Like, nothing a little bit of dremeling and like some good paint can't fix.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Anyway, back to the main topic. Sorry, got to talk about.
It's alright.
I want to. This is what got the their war game based on these Irish minis actually got me into this. What if I did a whole setting like this?
Yeah.
Because it's really cool. I've been trying out other ways to do D&D that don't involve high magic, and it seems like a nice way to do it. I don't think I can write no magic.
Yeah.
I've thought about it and thought, no, I want a little bit of magic in there at least. But I just want it to be less than everyone casting spells. Because I think I'm getting a little bored of that.
It's just me. Kind of that sweet spot where casting spells feels great. Yeah. But it doesn't happen all that often, so it feels special.
Yeah, that and in Irish mythology, I'd quite like the idea of doing D&D with a setting that doesn't have a lot of armor. Sort of like, because in D&D, high AC is pretty standard. I like the idea of a setting where you got to be kind of rich to afford armor.
Yeah.
You can have shields and helmets are plenty, but full suits of chainmail or chain shirts, that's kind of a lot.
That's like night shit. Like, bruh, you're like a peasant, man.
Especially since the early medieval, where that was, it's thrown a little tiny bit of historical realism.
Yeah.
And thrown some goblins and Fomori and magical stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I started writing the Fomori because I love the idea of a weird race of goblinoid thingies that sort of is one species, but they just age and grow their entire life. So I started with like the little fellas. They're called the Pucci, Pucci, and
I saw those. They're so cute.
They're the most goblin looking of all the Fomori, and I kind of like them. So I want to start it with introducing them, and then I'm probably going to do like I love to do like not a brief, but like a campaign guide for players. Like, okay, you can play most of what you want, but in this setting, this is kind of common. And I might tie in my old Irish wood elves thing into it because that just fits like a glove.
Like a glove.
You're already there. Yeah. So it's the thing. So I like to do a thing of like, this is a setting. What's the common races? And since they literally mentioned the text, I imagined it would be furbolgs, wood elves, goblins probably, humans obviously. Not many dwarves, I imagine. So most of the weirder races probably aren't here because it's just not that part of the world.
If it's
like
like Ireland, I guess it could be like you could have like gnomes that are more leprechaun coded.
Well, at that point, I might just modify the existing ones a little bit and do it homebrew.
Yeah.
I just like the idea. because I want a setting that's not all wizards and knights and high fantasy. But also don't want the most grimdark thing ever with no magic.
Yeah.
So I think this is a nice
You
happy
want
balance.
that happy balance of like kind of somewhat gritty realism, but with the again that weird whimsy of medieval UK, a medieval
Like
Ireland.
Kids of Mori, or there's this spirit. He was cursed to pile rocks on a beach forever because he pissed off a god once.
Right, you got to help this. You got to help this local saint drive all the snakes out. Why?
To be fair, I thought you could randomly come across somebody that's a saint and they would never tell you.
Because they're like humble. It's like, oh yeah, I got called. Imagine being an unwitting saint. Like you do like one cool thing in like suddenly this village are like, you are Saint Jonathan. You're amazing. So all I did was help you guys with the harvest.
It's a good idea for like a one of the custom backgrounds for quite funny. So you could be like you could have two. You could have like one for being a chosen saint, someone that's meant to be a saint.
Yeah.
The expectations there, or you're like an accidental prophet or accidental hero as a background.
Brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, I want a little bit for some jury rigging, but I do want to make this setting different because I think it's an area of mythology that's not really given much air aside from folk horror.
Yeah,
and I just think it's quite nice because I remember hearing a lot. Some people sometimes say, "Oh, there's no British people. There's no real culture in Britain, but there's so much, and this is just strictly Irish or sometimes Scottish. But there's a load of mythology if you just look, and I'd like to bring a bit of that to the tabletop.
Lovely. I love that. That's cute, but also actually really
half
niche.
cute, half terrifying, half 80s
yeah,
and janky.
But it's a good niche.
Yes. What are you thinking of and what we've been tinkering with?
My tinkering right now has been I'm carrying on with the Nova Grappler stuff for Lancer. And I've actually started with some of the mechs. I've started out with I've done the background for the Nova Grappler manufacturer. And I guess it's technically so the Nova Grappler League is actually I've reflavored it like the Nova Grappler clan or thing in Vanguard. I've redone it as basically like a fighting league because that's basically what it is in canon. There's not a lot of lore. So there's not a lot of in-universe, like the card lore in Vanguard like there is in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I have to ad-lib a bit. So basically I thought, well, why not, in order to start off this whole mech thing, why not just have a kind of like, what is it that the Gunpla, you know, like the Gundam spin-off where they had like all the like...
Yes.
That, and they have like a little fighting thing.
That
but with actual mechs, basically. So an actual like fighting thing where you go till shutdown or something. Occasionally there's fatalities, but it's usually not the case.
You know one way you could frame it as well. You could have it be it's something you get like enthusiastic locals or like amateurs getting into.
Oh yeah,
but it's also a way. But it's also a way that you get militaries testing new mechs before they see an actual fight.
Yeah, so both of that happens, and that goes into the manufacturers, which I'd go into later. So basically, it's a sport. It's a local sport in the area called Stargate, which is basically like a flying, like, what do you call it? Upper atmosphere station. You know, like how some universes have like the Elysium like area above the planet.
Yes,
it's not quite in space, but it's upper atmosphere. That's what I understand Stargate is, and that's so the Nova Grappler League is like one part of that. So a whole bunch of people live there. There's two other clans that are also part of this called they're called Dimension Police, which I guess are the police force of that area, and the Link Jokers, which are basically outer space invaders. That some of them weirdly settled on the planet after their invasion failed, which is quite funny actually. Anyway, so there's a lot of mechs here. It generated its own kind of manufacturer system around here because, hey, when people are building mechs, there's a market for that. So manufacturers are like, yeah, we'll start building mechs. What are you building? Like like work mechs
Cor-
and military stuff. So why not sell them to
Corporate
consumers too?
buyouts.
Basically, it's like the America of the mech world.
We can see corporate buyouts being like a thing.
Yeah. So they do have automated units like the Razor Girl cheer girls. They're like basically robot waifu cheer girls, which is a bit weird, but I mean, it's kind of
Oh,
like like the halftime cheerleaders. That's basically
oh
what it
yeah,
is. That's basically what they are.
Okay.
And of course, we have licenses. We have different licenses. So we have the base license, which is required. It's basically like, because there's some generic stuff for Nova Grappler. So base covers anything generic or special custom stuff. And then you have the
Right.
razors. So the razors are a manufacturer designed specifically for the Nova Grappler League. They are designed specifically for competitive mech battling, essentially. Then you
Okay.
have the Blau, which they are like the military guys. They make military stuff exclusively, but some of the stuff is legal in the Nova Grappler League. The Death Army, which are kind of like the rebels, basically. They're kind of like edgy rebel types that don't really like the government, and they kind of protest that by showing off that their mechs are better than everyone else's, and that's why they should be in charge.
Right.
And then you have the Extreme Battlers, which are like a little kiddies league. Not like actual kids are in them, but a lot of the mechs from that line are like what you call super deformed, aka SDs. They look cute,
Right.
basically. Like the SD Gundams, basically. That's what the Extreme Battlers are.
I thought that was going to be like the real freaks that actually don't mind going to blood.
No, no, no. It's more like it's actually more cutesy than that. If anyone is the guys that go to blood, it's probably Death Army.
Perfect. Well, they are called Death Army.
Yeah, but Death Armies look very. They go for intimidation factor more so than anything else.
Okay. No, I just found something.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
Blau are your more Gundam looking ones.
Fair enough.
So the risers are all. Most of the risers are based on this one base model called Battle Razor, which was their first production model, and a lot of them basically build on that. So Battle Razor is a license level 1. I've done grade systems, so as well as a license level and a size level, there's also a grade level, which basically gives an indication of a mech's power level. So some mechs are just... Right. So it kind of is an indicator of how strong the mech is, because in...
It's like engine size in Mario Kart.
Yeah, in Vanguard, size doesn't necessarily matter. You could definitely have a size 1 grade 3. Because it could just have like a nuke cannon or whatever. And grade also determines what like league of the Nova Grappler League they are legal in.
Uh-huh.
So you have Battle Razor, which has a few traits and an onboard core. I love this because it was actually it's getting me to learn more about how Lancer works. So like, did you know you can bolster other units? Lancer has a help system. Turns out
it does,
which is really interesting, and it's actually kind of useful. But Battle Razor's onboard core is an active for the rest of the scene. Your bolstering is an extra +2. So Battle Razor is a jack of all trades that's designed to help. The later models were designed to help other Razors and other units rather than being the frontliner, because it kind of got rendered obsolete by a lot of other stuff later on.
Okay.
And the next one I've managed to do, I've managed to finish 2 so far. The next one is Carving Razor, which is basically a, I guess, utility model. So it's normally fitted with chainsaws as its like default configuration.
Right.
I will do the weapons for them later. So it's designed for logging, which is weird. They'd still do logging, but I guess wood is still important in the world. And I guess if you live up in the sky, you kind of, if you wanted to get wood and be self-sufficient, you've got to send a mech down to the surface to collect wood, which is different. But yeah, so Carving Razor is a melee-based combatant that is quite slow but has decent defense.
Okay.
And then there's a few that I've started. So there's Jet Razor, which is a jump pack one. Katana Razor, which was designed to... was effectively more of a show model. So it's kind of like for your more show-offy, like, char types. Turns out, though, pretty broken mech when it was first produced. So they later, a whole bunch of mech manufacturers... I'm adding lore to this because there isn't enough in the actual game. So a lot of manufacturers later had to make counters to Katana Razor, and Razor themselves made one called the Shinobi Razor, because I thought, hey, what's a counter to a samurai? A ninja, obviously.
Obviously.
But the idea is that Katana Razor is like a really good frontal attacker, whereas Shinobi Razor is a backstabbing debuffer. So Katana Razor is a striker type, where Shinobi Razor is the first controller type that Razor made. So it focuses on tech attacks.
Okay.
And that's kind of all I've got so far, but I'm going to be adding to this in the weeks and months going forward, until eventually I have something that I'm happy with showing, basically. I mean, I'm happy to show this already, but it's like, I'd like to finish it, if that makes sense, or at least get to a beta level.
I'll follow you.
So, razors. So, I guess Critical Fumble is next.
Yes. I suppose this one's been like coming in, waiting to see how it actually did. So I remember when Ghost of Yote was announced and coming out.
Yeah.
Turns out it's not selling so hot.
Oh no!
And when the fumble comes in, is with the cast ups. What is it? Basically, the lead VA on it said, "If you don't like it, don't buy it." People have done this.
Oh no! They're following our advice. Shit.
Yeah. And the thing is, as well, I've actually seen people play through it. It's not that bad a game.
Yeah.
It's just not as good as the first one.
Yeah, they just didn't. They had a gamble. They had a gambit, and it.
Yeah. It's a pretty decent revenge story. Just a little by the books, very very standard revenge story, I guess. That's fine. The gameplay's all right, but it's not as good as the first one. And I think the game honestly would have been completely fine had if the voice cast had decided not to put their foot in it.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Put another notch in the wall of don't tell people not to buy the thing you're making.
Yeah, don't do that. That's really silly of you, you daftons.
And then especially don't get mad when they don't do the thing that you told them not to do.
Yeah. It's like.
Yes, so that's we've done Genie Ballet. We've got for it. So I furrows. There we are. Atsu. Yeah, there we are. Yeah. Just check IMDb nice and quick for that. Yeah. Yeah. Don't tell people not to buy your stuff if you want it to be sold.
Wizards of the Coast, we're looking at you when you announced at one point. What is it? Oh yeah, not every Magic product is for you. Who's it for then?
They might take your advice on that one then.
Anyway, my Critical Fumble is... So it's Warhammer Day, apparently, this weekend.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now I know.
Well, the silly thing is I looked at one of the posts from it, and it's like, you get like promo stuff for attending and buying stuff over the weekend.
Yeah.
And it's kind of lackluster. Like there's a poster, okay, for spending over 50 quid. Okay, sure. Hang on a minute. If I can find the picture. Of course I can't find the bleeding post now.
I'm expecting another promo Space Marines. They always...
No. Oh, here we go.
The walls in.
Yeah, so blah blah blah. There's a poster. There's a coin for 100, and 150 get a faux leather Space Marine ammo pouch. And I'm just whelmed. Like, I feel like your promo support for this year's Warhammer Day could have been significantly better.
It's not even like a Black Library sampler, because they usually do that quite reliably.
There might be they might have that available in the store anyway. But yeah, the free gifts are just like, okay.
Okay, I will say I do like this Chaos Warrior. That's a pretty classic looking guy.
I think that's one of the new things released. It's not like one of the gifts, unfortunately.
Oh, I was going to say, because that's a pretty cool looking guy. Yeah. What? So, okay, the pouch is an ammo pouch. What's the pouch actually for?
Dice.
Okay. I don't mind that too much. It's quite nice.
It's just for spending £150 on Warhammer product, the least they could do is make it out of actual leather.
Yeah, I mean to put some of that into context, when the Sutton Coldfield Goods Workshop shut down,
yeah,
I was offered a Warhammer branded dice cup, which I still use quite reliably.
Ah, nice.
I feel like I got something on par with that without spending the £50 worth.
Yeah, I mean, I got one of them years ago. I mean, admittedly, it's because I won a competition at my local Warhammer store. And I got a dice cup. I won the first prize. I got a dice cup and a copy of the Grey Knights Omnibus.
Very nice.
That's the kind of thing you should be doing for Warhammer Day, is like actual prizes for attending things.
Yes.
Not like, if you're going to have, like, you know, promo incentives for buying stuff, make the promo incentives actually good.
Yes, I mean, it's not like Warhammer doesn't have stuff they could give out.
Like, I don't know, do a special version of an existing miniature, but you can only get during Warhammer Day at your £150 range or something.
Didn't they used to do that?
Probably.
With, like, Games Day miniatures?
I think they did, yeah, and they do it around Christmas as well, with the Red Gobbo and stuff.
Yes.
It's like, you could do that instead of an ammo pouch that's gonna, like, because it's not even real leather, will, like, start wearing in, like, 2 years or so.
Yes. I do think part of the reason you don't see much... Sorry, carry on.
And nobody... there are very few people that give a shit about commemorative coins.
No, the only one I really like was when I got one for free. It was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
And when I did the Hot Wings challenge at Warhammer World, there's like a nice novelty. It's a nice novelty thing for doing it. And again, I attended.
Yeah.
That was it. That's why it matters at all to me.
Yeah.
Yes, I do think part of the problem with that is you've just so much local stuff is weirdly, Games Workshop doesn't do that many in-store games anymore.
That's also a weird one.
Which is a big part of it. There's a guy I sometimes watch called it's on Mordy and Glory.
Yeah.
He knows all about Games Workshop managers. I think at one point he was one.
Uh-huh.
He will tell you all sorts of horror stories about the training they have to go through and which parts of it you probably ignored.
Yeah.
All the corporate stuff that you never see if you go to a Warhammer Workshop thing. And it's really paints a picture of what the HQ considers important at certain points. Yeah, so if you want to look behind backstage a little bit, his videos are usually quite good.
Nice. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I played a game in a Warhammer store. Like,
yeah, no, yeah.
I don't even see people playing Warhammer in the one in Birmingham. To be honest, whenever I've been in there, it's just been like maybe a guy painting, but that's it. Probably because again, there's very little tournament support and things like that. You have to
I do wonder how much
to like Warhammer World and stuff.
I do wonder if how much has to do with previous attempts at big campaigns.
Possibly.
There was a time they tried global campaigns at some point. I believe it was the famous one with the Eye of Chaos campaign.
Yes,
They attempted.
yeah. Well,
And that
maybe just
was
don't make the campaign law affect the law if you don't want to deal with the
yeah. If
consequences of
you're not
that.
going to commit, don't bother.
Yeah.
That's
Sheesh. So yeah, that's my critical fumble. It's like a little one. It's just like, okay, these are fine for the kinds of people that spend a lot at Warhammer each month anyway. But
yeah. If you do that each month,
those are the kind of people you don't need to give out incentives for anyway.
they're already spending £50.
Yeah, those people are already sold
Yeah.
on your product. The incentives for Warhammer Day are for people to be enticed into spending money at Warhammer. Therefore,
Yeah,
give them something they actually want.
and we all know that Games Workshop loves to get new people on board.
Yeah.
Favorite thing.
Like, bruh. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to Homebrew of the Week, I guess.
Yes. The thing was Fate, not as in
Yes.
the system, the Fate system, which I think was actually my. No, it was my. So I was quite attachment to it.
Ah.
So I kind of struggled what to pick for this one
Uh-huh.
because Fate as a system is huge. So it
Yeah.
could have been anything I wanted, and I figured, right, it's Halloween, so what if we lean into that?
Ah.
And I thought, what is one of the things which is almost universally scary to everyone at some point? And then I just thought, okay, what if I just do a stat block for the hypothetical thing under the bed?
That's cute.
I never met a single person that wasn't at some point afraid of the thing under the bed.
Ah, about that. Well, see, when I was growing up, my bed was one of those ones with like underbed storage, so I always knew what was under my
All
bed,
right,
and it was Bionicles.
fair. So there's one. That makes one. But
Yeah,
my point still
yeah.
stands. The point still stands. It's just like a universal fear for many people growing up when they're children, and I just made it a thing. Um, Went straight from the ebook. +1 to +5. We used to do it -2 to +4, which works better for characters. But this is for a one-off monster, and I haven't touched the system in a long time.
Hmm.
We just had some fun with it. Um, so those that don't know how to run Fate, it's really simple. It uses fudge dice,
Yep.
which have nothing on them, a plus or a negative. That's it. Your modifying dice, your skills, be they plus or minus, affect those rolls. And there's 18 skills, and it's really flexible. Where it gets interesting is the stunts and high
Ooh.
concept, which you can invoke at any point to arguably give you bonuses and things to certain rolls.
Yep.
The stunt I decided to give to the thing under the bed because I've seen like any movie like Boogeyman stuff like that was jump scare.
Yeah.
The flaw of it being the thing under the bed does not exist when adults are around it
I
because that's
love
like the
that.
oldest trope of the book. The kid's like, "Oh, there's something under the bed." It's never there when the parent comes in the room, so it just doesn't exist. For some weird cosmic reason, I don't know. But jump scare is the one thing that allows it to temporarily exist in the presence of an adult, probably to kill them and drag them into the bed or something.
Ah.
It is. These +5s were stealth, obviously.
Yep.
I think it was resource. Not resources. Stealth and fight. The idea this thing doesn't really fight. It just grabs someone and disappears.
Just
Yeah, it's
transports
not really
them
a fighter in
somewhere.
that kind of sense. Yes, the realm under the bed, which no one ever knows about, and it's like a demi plane that we all sort of weirdly accepted existed at some point.
Yeah. It's more
Well,
like
the
the
same
lost
place.
socks go. And the thing in
Yeah,
the cupboard is. The monster in
yeah,
the cupboard lives there.
yeah. I
The
just thought,
boogeyman is
yeah,
like the king of that place, I guess.
yeah, I guess he is. It's just vaguely defined lore, but I wanted to keep with the theme of the season, because Halloween is my favorite time of year, and have another look at the fate system and just write what came to mind and
Nice.
think about if it was really good enough for a tabletop later.
Hmm.
I was thinking fun first this week, admittedly, with it.
Yeah.
So what have you come up with
So
for
I've
the fate
actually been
system?
adding some core stuff to the game because
Nice.
basically there's stats for creatures and stuff that makes sense. I've done a
There
system
are.
for cars because or slash vehicles because vehicles
Yeah.
don't really vehicles would work differently to characters because they would
Yes.
have different stat lines and stuff. So
Mhm.
I decided to build upon that because if any system could do a racing style RPG better than anything else, it would probably be Fate.
Yes, it is very versatile. It probably could handle it. But
Yeah.
there is a drive skill, but that doesn't go quite into that.
Yeah.
You're probably looking at.
So, um, basic stats are speed and stats because rather than just agility.
You either need
Power.
that.
So the
Yeah.
power indicates the car's torque as well as its acceleration, because torque and
Right.
acceleration are different things.
Right.
Handling,
I think.
kind of
Uh huh.
self-explanatory. Handle how it can handle terrain, but as well as how it can
Yep.
dodge. This is also its dodge stat.
That makes sense.
Body is basically physique,
Right.
but it would be weird if a car had physique because it doesn't have muscles, so I
Yeah,
just call
this
it
part
body
doesn't work
instead.
out
Yeah.
unless.
Integrity is basically their digital tech defense.
Oh, that's the cyberpunk stuff. You want to
Yeah, because
hack a
some
car or
some
something?
modern cars, I mean, a lot of modern cars nowadays have like
He is.
screens, and some don't even turn
Yes.
on if their like circuitry is they're like
Yeah.
digital stuff's buggered. On older cars, that's not required, obviously, because they don't really
Well, it
have that
depends on the
kind of
car.
tech. So that's kind of like a bonus to older cars, basically. So
Yep.
it's like, yeah, okay, you don't have like
Mm-hmm.
you don't have like ABS or park assist or things like that, but you also don't have to
But
worry about your car getting hacked. Repairability is also another one. How easy it is to fix. Modern classic cars, so stuff from like the 80s, 90s, are generally higher in the stat because if you've noticed, modern cars have this issue of have like bespoke parts and you need special tools.
all in one parts.
Yeah, or it's like again, you've got to
That's
work
cool.
on the digital side of things, or you need to scan error codes, etc.
Yeah.
Fight is it's not as fight with people, a car's ability to ram or a measure of its melee weapon abilities. Some cars may have melee weapons like actual rams or wheel spikes, etc. Shoot is the effectiveness of the car's range weapons, same as shoot really. Stealth is the car's ability to remain hidden. Now, you might think, why would cars have a stealth stat? So, some cars are so common, they can basically remain hidden in plain sight. You know, like how plainclothes police cars? Like,
Yeah.
unless you inspect them really closely, you wouldn't know they're a plainclothes police car, which is kind of the point.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Or, if you're going for a cyberpunk setting, they might have cloaking or other tech, basically.
Okay.
And then when rolling stats, so it's not just about the cars, you add the relevant character skill to it. For example, when cornering, characters add their drive stat to the roll, whereas the gunner of a
Makes sense.
tank would add their shoot modifier to the total rolled. Now, because
Makes
of
sense.
this, DCs for car-related actions are usually higher as a standard because you're basically having to factor in both the car's bonuses and the player's bonuses.
Okay.
And remember, this also applies to NPC vehicles as well for contested checks.
Yep.
Because obviously, you have to stat in the NPC's vehicle as well.
Of course.
In the case of AI-powered or sentient cars, add to the car the relevant character stats, such as lore, empathy, and contacts where applicable. Basically treating them as kind of like a weird fusion of car and character. Because they kind of are.
Okay.
Aspects, as we all know, aspects are a thing in. So cars can have aspects. Sometimes they don't, but usually they'll have one or two. Sometimes they'll have five, as like a character would, but usually one or two. Cars don't have fate points naturally. Cars can gain aspects via stress damage, as a character would, as well as positive aspects via either story beats or modification. For example, you can add nitrous to a car, which allows you to use fate points to basically get a nitro boost, similar to games like Need for Speed, if you've seen that. So it's like you can...
I played for the PSP
so it's like you can, say, drift, boost, then the Game Master invokes something, you take a penalty but gain a fate point, which gives you the opportunity to do another nitro boost. So it's like having your nitro refilled if you want to do it that way.
Okay.
Whereas, say, things like mechanical failure could be a negative aspect.
Right.
Cars can have stunts based on modifications as well, so normal cars, like production cars, for the most part won't have stunts unless they are either performance cars, we'll get to that in a bit, or modified. Or like cyberpunk stuff, so it's like future technology.
Yeah.
So a lot of stunts like this will be passives, so things like off-road tires will be a passive that gives you extra handling when driving off-road. Racing slicks, on the other hand, will give you +1 to speed in general, but -1 to handling, because again, you can take them off and put them back on. So it's not it's a temporary thing, sort of. So you can change things over. Flight is also passives, because I tried to make this not just about cars, so this could also work for planes,
This could be
wheeled
vehicles with an engine, I guess.
Yeah, and also like if you're going with like really high-tech stuff, you can have like flying cars and stuff, I guess. Meanwhile, you have actives like the aftermarket muffler, which allows the car to use power, so it's engine skill, instead of provoke. You know, like when you go to the lights and there's like that whole thing where one guy revs, the other guy sees a challenge and revs, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're in like a really big like muscle car and there's a person in front of you with a gun and you rev your engine at them as if you're going to run them down.
Yeah.
Most idiots would get out of the way real quick.
So if you approach a protester that's weirdly decided to sit in the middle of the road.
Yeah. And I made 3 example cars. So we have the Rover 244i, which has +1 body, +3 repairability. Its aspects are fuel efficient and British built. It's based on the Rover 214i, basically.
Very good.
The Lambrodi Hurricane. No prizes for what that's based on. +3 speed, +2 power, +1 handling, +1 integrity, +1 body. So as you can see, it's Lamborghini. So Lamborghini, so it's based as a hypercar basically, which is why it has aerodynamic, because it's really aerodynamic, but shaped like a blinking arrow. It's based on Lamborghini Huracan basically, and it has a twin turbo. So things like twin turbos, which are not necessarily stunt-giving upgrades, but would be passives that could be invoked because it sucks in air. But it has a default stunt called GT Wing, because some cars have those. It gives you +1 handling at high speed, but only when you're at high speed, because that's how GT Wings work, obviously.
Right. And
then on the other end of the spectrum, we have the Hunter Maverick, which has +4 to shoot, +3 handling, +3 body, +2 fight. Aspects.
It's an armored car.
No, it's a tank.
Oh, that will do it. Yeah.
So it's got super heavy, glancing armor in camo paint as its aspects. Its stunts are explosive round, which is an active type. A successful attack made with the stunt deals an extra 1 damage and has increased area of effect. You don't really need to be too specific in the fate system about what AoE looks like.
It's sort of it's up to DM fate.
Yeah, and literally a tank gives it -2 to speed, provides an additional 2 stress capacity and 1 extra moderate consequence slot, as fate works.
Does it have, what about the treads? Does that affect stuff as well?
I didn't put anything about the treads specifically.
Of course, it's not a tread tank.
Because it does already have +3 in handling, so
Oh no, I guess they
And
break it into that.
it's
Okay.
never going to get up to high enough speeds where terrain is going to be that much of an issue.
Okay.
But and it's just an example. But that's what I've done so far. I might add some more example cars, or I might have I might do like special manufacturer bits for like I don't know Peugeots, etc. The French update, just to add more to this over time. But that's the basis of it. That's the core of the core, so to speak. So it's like a bonus little like core add-on to the Fate system to allow you to run cars in your games in a way that makes sense.
Yes, they're not. Yeah, I think this week you were more qualified to talk about it than some other weeks.
Ah, yeah.
You're definitely a car person. Also, I was thinking, there's a game. I don't know if you get it running. It's if you're on a GOG job. There's a game called Quarantine,
Ooh.
which I think you might like. It's basically it's a taxi driver game,
Yeah.
but it's in like some weird dystopian city
Ooh.
with the worst traffic, sometimes armed traffic, in the world. The whole mission, the whole job is get enough money to upgrade your car so you can get out of the city and leave.
Wow.
And
I
you can
love
do
that.
things like blow up enemy traffic or anyone you don't like, or you can pay for upgrades for extra armor which you might need or not, or a chainsaw attachment for the front of your car. It's armed vehicle simulator. It's armed cabs. It's really funny.
I love that.
I
That's cute.
think you'd enjoy it apart from the traffic, because you will get rammed constantly by everyone and shot at by random people on the street. It's pure chaos.
I love the sound of that. Actually, I do.
That's
So,
probably GOD. Yes.
next section. What time are we on? Oh crikey! I guess it's time for closing thought. No, the wheel, of course.
But I'm going to say we're getting remembering. Okay, so we have aquatic bird, vertical object, primeval, so it's tribal, Africa. I forget we put that on. We just have the whole continent on there. Environmental hazard. We've done that one, I think.
Yes.
It keeps forgetting the ones that keep that you can go, and we haven't hit Lancer yet, have we?
Haven't we?
You've
We
covered
did.
it, but I don't think we've.
Oh
I
no,
don't
no!
think
I
we've
did it as a thing for
Yes.
something, but we didn't do it as an actual thing. Yeah.
Okay, and one E remastered. So let's see. Oh, so it's the whole continent of Africa.
Hey.
Interpret that how you will.
It's kind of vague, but also kind of specific in a weird
That is
way.
that is wonderfully vague. That could mean so many things, and that's system agnostic.
Yes.
I have no idea what we're going to do with that, but for the next week.
Yes.
That's for actual closing thoughts. I am looking to streaming for the Birmingham Hospice when I can get permission from the actual team to do that. And I would ideally be doing abandonware, with the general theme being, memory loss and conditions that can cause it. And what better way to try and emulate that than with games that people literally forgot about?
Yeah.
And I have a laptop full of abandonware, an online early social media platforms that nobody uses, like Active Worlds. And I want to do a podcast, do some sort of fundraising that doesn't require me to dress up and sweat my balls off once in a while. And
Nice.
that I can build up fundraising for my actual big run next May.
Good. Good.
So keep an eye on that space, and that's my closing thought.
Okay. So my closing thought is, I'm also thinking of doing more streaming. I'm gonna try and make myself have time for streaming. I want to get back into what was it I was playing blinking before. I want to do more Forza, But I might see if I can get myself a copy of Dynasty Warriors 8 because I've been having so much fun with that, and I really want to do my own run.
Yeah, I should pick up. The thing with Dynasty Warriors, you can pick up any of them, and they're generally enjoyable. So there's not really a bad one in the lot.
And I figured I could get it quite cheaply, so I thought, let's do it, yeah. So look out for that in the future, folks. And yeah, thank you for joining us on the podcast today. I think
thanks for having us again, and see you next week.
Yeah. For what was it again? It was Africa. It was Africa. Yeah.
Just Africa. It could be Links Africa if you want.
Links Africa.
Did you ever use Links Africa? I don't. I think I've once.
I got given a couple. I kept getting. So I actually keep getting them every Christmas. People just keep giving me Links Africa stuff. I don't know where they get it from anymore. It's like, bruh. It's all right. I mean, it's free deodorant. I'm not gonna knock free deodorant.
There's it's like Axe. Cool.
We're gonna raid out to thy lended wing, who has low poly rats on their computer apparently.
Oh, you say that? Just got a message from Aegis about eBay for Dynasty Warriors 8.
Ooh.
Literally got a message about that.
Nice. They have tuned into the stream, so thank you, Aegis, for that. The raid message will be below, and we will see you guys the next episode of the podcast. Yeah. So until next time, this is Goose Bye from Chaotic Drexo. Next time, this is...
No, Byzantian dev. Sorry, I just checked out Aegis' profile. It's got some sick, anime fight scene on his profile, if you look it up.
Oh, nice.
I need to update I need to find out how to do that. Anyway, yeah, it's next week. Get on something else.
Bye-bye!
Bye.